Hi friends, my name is Tamara, and you're watching Things Even a Monkey Should Know. I'm hoping that whenever you watch these videos, they help you be inspired to know that you can do a lot of fixes around your house and yard and car yourself. And for me anyways, it just takes some little things here and there to really make my life a lot better. So I hope these help. Today I'm going to be working on fixing leaky faucets. Everybody hates those, so I hope you learned something. So the main thing that we're going to need for this first sink is going to be 2 wrenches, large wrenches, 1 monkey wrench or adjustable wrench. If you had 2 monkey wrenches, that would be ideal, but I don't, so this is the other large wrench that I have. Also, you'll need the parts to fix your faucet. This is what mine look like. They'll probably be different for yours. You'll also want to have a leaky water faucet, and you will certainly want to have a towel available. The first thing that you have to do before you can even think about fixing a faucet is find out what kind it is. A lot of them have it printed pretty obviously, their brand name on them. Mine does not. So if it's not obvious, then it's going to be somewhere very tiny and hard to read, but thankfully everybody puts it somewhere. Now my camera's not good enough for you to be able to read it, but you can see in the mirror right there, maybe I should point on the faucet, the name and model of the faucet is right there. So mine happens to be a Newport Brass, and the problem with it is actually in the handles. Now the first thing you'll want to do before you do anything else is always turn the water off to your faucet. You don't have to turn the entire house water off. Oh, did you see the drip? You just have to turn off the water to the faucet. Otherwise, you're going to have some trouble. So I have exposed pipes, so it makes it very easy for me because my water shutoff is actually right here. And you just turn it all the way to the right as far as it'll go. That was the cold, and you want to do both of them. So they're both off. That is very important. If you're wondering what the very distracting furry black thing is in the picture, it is my unhelpful cat Pippin, who refuses to leave the countertop today. I guess he wants to be in the video. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to get the handles off so that we can fix them. And you know, my handles, fortunately, they just pull right off. They don't look like they would be that easy, do they? Both of them do. But on some handles, you'll have to pop a little cap off and there will be a screw underneath, and you just unscrew that and it'll come off. Or it may be that the screw is exposed. The next part involves getting this stem to come out of the counter. So as you can see, it is actually in here quite tight. And this is what it looks like underneath. So I'm just going to hold on to a bolt under here to keep this from twisting while I work on to get the top unscrewed. Remember, we don't want that to move, so you'll see if I'm doing it wrong. Okay, so I'm still holding on to the part underneath, and then I'm just turning this. And probably some water is going to come out. Yep, here it comes. Just because I turned off the water, I should have actually opened the spout and let some of the water, or let the pressure out into the sink, but I didn't do that, so oh well. This is why you have a towel. trying to get rid of most of it into the sink first. Okay, now I'm going to do the same on the hot water side. Grab the part underneath. Normally these wouldn't be quite this easy to get out, but I have already gotten them out once to find out what was wrong with them. So in my case, there is a difference in the hot and cold water. The parts that I got, which I ordered online, which these were the old ones. So you can see the hot, it has a little red color to it, and the cold, well, it's kind of dark. The new ones that I got did not come labeled. However, by looking at the way that they turn, I did figure out which one was hot and which is cold. So all that I'm going to do is I'm going to put it back in here where the old one was. I'm going to hand tighten first. And with plumbing, it's really funny because a lot of people think that you have to really just squeeze and just tighten the crap out of stuff. And you really don't have to do that because all the parts come with, you know, usually with some kind of a rubber gasket. And if you over tighten it, then it squeezes that gasket out of shape and it's going to make it fail sooner. So since I'm over here on the hot side, I'm just going to go ahead, tighten this back up. Oops. Still holding it underneath. Having to struggle against my own a little bit, so that should be tight enough. Then I can just slip this handle back on. Isn't that pretty? Now I'll do the cold water side. It's going to be the same thing. Let's see, left, right. And this one still has more water in it. I'll start by hand tightening. And then I'm going to grab my wrench, get a grip up here, and find my grip underneath. It really helps if you have two people to do this. Maybe if you have a monkey to hold one side while you tighten the other. Oops. Try not to break your mirror. That would probably be tight enough. Slip the handle back on. I'll go back down under the sink, turn these back on, just turn them all the way to the left. That was the cold. Didn't come spewing out, so I must have turned it the right direction. Same with the hot, all the way to the left. And water, water, and no more drips. Hi friends. Yes, this is a different outfit, isn't it? Well, there are two things that I realized in the course of editing today's video on how to change the cartridges in your water faucet. The first was that the video is getting a little bit longer than I normally would like to post if I was to put both types of faucet cartridge replacements in it. So today I'm going to end it right here where we're replacing the double handle widespread type of faucet handle cartridge. That was a lot of words, but you know what I mean, because you saw the video. The second thing is that I'm afraid that I didn't share with you because I was getting over a little illness while I was trying to make that video, but it was a job that had to be done and I really wanted to share it with you. So I'm afraid that I forgot to share with you that on these cartridges, like the ones that came out of my faucet, yours will look similar, but there's going to be a little difference in all the different manufacturers. But the great thing is that with most manufacturers,
they have a little, all these faucets have a little gasket at the bottom, and often all that you have to do is replace this gasket. You don't even have to replace the whole cartridge. Or there may be a gasket somewhere else in here that's making a little leak trouble. So always try to do that before you replace the whole cartridge. That was just a piece, this is the old one, that doesn't matter anyways. In my case, unfortunately, they do not sell just the gasket for these cartridges, so that was why I had to replace the entire thing. But it's just a little note. And so the other faucet that I'll be working on, I will be posting that next week. So I hope you enjoyed this week's and it maybe helped you a little bit. And see you next time.